If I have an upcoming Zoom meeting and I know I'm going to be using my polls and quizzes and I know what questions to ask before the meeting is scheduled, I can always set this up before the scheduled meeting. To do that, you don't necessarily have to start the meeting early. And in this example, I'll show you going through the web browser. So let's navigate to zoom.us. Sign in if you're not already signed in. Click on meetings and look for the meeting where you want to prepare those poll questions. So in this case, I'm on meeting test 2, as you can see by the name. We're going to click on the subject name. Then we're going to click on polls and quizzes tab. And let's create a poll. Let's call this poll cheese preference. And I can say, what's your favorite cheese? And I can throw in some answers here. Gouda, blue cheese, Swiss. And you can go as far as you want. And you can change the different types of question styles here. For now, we'll keep it as a single choice. You also have the option to make it a required question, to show it as a dropdown, or create a breakout room based on the answers. For now, let's go ahead and leave this as is, and then we're going to click on Save. I'm going to be prompted if I want to save this as a meeting poll, meaning I can only access this question in this one meeting, or I can save it to my library and be able to recycle the question and use it in different meetings. For now, let's save as a meeting poll. So I'm going to save this as a meeting poll, meaning it's only accessible in my test 2 meeting. So now if I go back to my test 2 meeting here, and if I click on polls and quizzes, I'll see my cheese preference question pop up. If I wanted to see what that question looked like before I ran it, I can click on the question, and I can see it's asking me what's my favorite cheese with the answers that I put in. If I'm happy with what I'm seeing and I want to launch that during the actual time, I can hit launch. This is going to send the question over to all my participants and they can answer, and I'll see those answers in real time. I'm going to hit back and I'm going to end this poll, and it shows you ended for this poll. Let's go ahead and do that one more time and add another question. So let's go back to test 2. We'll create one more poll. Let's call this animal preference. And let's just keep this simple, cat or dog. And let's save this. And this time we're going to save it to the library. So if we go back to our test 2 meeting, we can see we have that animal preference question available because it's saved in our library. And if we open that, you can see what question that was. And then another thing I wanted to show you, so if we close out of test 2, remember how we saved that animal preference question in the library? Let's go ahead and open another meeting. And this is just a random meeting we opened up. If you go to more and then go to polls and quizzes, you can see that animal preference question is still there because it was saved to my library. You see this other one because I had another poll saved to my library. As you add your polls to your library, this list will grow and you can use those questions and polls in future meetings. It's also helpful to have a co-host with you. If you are managing a Zoom meeting, but you are also trying to run Zoom polls, a co-host can help you manage your polls. An alternative host can also do that, but they won't have the ability to create poll questions during the meeting unless you give them that explicit permission before the scheduled meeting.